Welcome back to the channel. I apologize for the wind noise. I'm sure it's probably pretty bad. And I apologize for my voice. I'm feeling a little under the weather today, but I was out doing a little something. I thought, hey, maybe I ought to document this. Maybe the people on YouTube would like to see it. So what we're doing today is running the grader on the driveway. As you can see, I have a very long driveway, 600 feet to be exact, and that's just up to the house. And then it goes all the way back there and out and around back behind the bins. So something like this was kind of necessary for sure. In a previous video I talked about my Farmall, and these Farmalls have a proprietary 2-point hitch instead of the more common 3-point that you see nowadays. But there's still a lot of them out there, and they sold a lot of implements that were proprietary to their machines. Snow blowers, graders, all kinds of stuff like that. I mean, obviously your planters and moldboard plows and stuff like that. Back in the day, in the 40s, 50s, 60s, when everybody was using that stuff. And anyway, you can still find this stuff out there. It's usually old boy farmers that got them. But if you do find one and you have an old Farmall, you should pick one up because they're pretty cool. So there are adjustments here. You can pull this bolt out. It's probably rusted, seized shut because I never move it. But you can move the blade whichever way you want. You can also slide it in and out, so you can get it further that way or further this way, But the way I do it, oh, hi kitty, how you doing? Yeah, you gonna hang out? All right. The way I do it is just put it as close to your center of the tractor as you can, maybe a little bit off to the side, and that seems to work for me. In fact, I couldn't tell you the last time I moved it. And I'll tell you, this thing is so slick, I like it so much that I don't even take it out of the hitch. I've got a hitch over there with a ball in it, and I don't even use it anymore because I've got this all the time. I do dirt work with it, I grade the driveway, just do all sorts of stuff. You can push stuff around with it. It's pretty cool. I've already done a couple of passes here because that's what I was doing up on the tractor. I thought, hey, maybe I should film this. And so we'll make a couple of passes. I'll show you one thing I'm doing. There is an adjustment here that raises and lowers the hitch. And what that does is that'll kind of tilt the blade up and down, and then of course you can go up and down with your hydraulics. But the idea is to have it tilted down deeper on the one side for the first few passes and kind of really get in there and dig in, get the rocks pulled up to the surface, and kind of make a crown over the road. And then as you go, you make a couple of more passes with a little less pitch, and then maybe another pass with a little less pitch, to where you're basically flat across, and then you just skim along the center to kind of knock down the center a little bit. But yeah, that's about it, I think. I don't know, that's the way I do it. I don't really know what I'm doing, but it seems to work out for me. I'm really just trying to knock down the high spots and fill in the potholes and stuff. So all right, I guess let's get started. Well, I'm going to tell you something. This is maybe not going to be the best video, because you need two hands. You need a hand on the wheel and a hand on the stick, adjusting the pitch of the blade down there. So I don't know how well this is going to work out, but we'll try, and we'll see if we can have a disaster on our hands. Maybe I'll drop my expensive camera and ruin it, or maybe the tractor will break down, which is pretty typical also. I already made a couple of passes. I'm gonna adjust this up a little bit. See what happens. So far, so good. I'd normally go faster, but you know, I'm trying to film this thing. Well, the tractor's broke down, sorta. It's not really broke down. It's just got some crud in the fuel, and it does this all the time. I think I mentioned it in my other video about my tractor that about 90% of my drivability problems are just junk from the fuel tank getting into the fuel filter and carburetor and stuff. We should be able to fix it here pretty quick. Let's see. Yeah, we'll give her the old patented catastrophic farmer tank whack. That usually gets the fuel flowing again. Fuel filter is not looking happy so much, but it's been worse. It's a 60-year-old tractor, folks. You work with what you got. Yeah, it looks like the real farmers are showing up today. That's cool. They're getting ready to do corn, I think. I was gonna take you for another spin down the lane, but you know, it's really looking pretty good. There's some gobs of grass and weeds out in the middle, but that ain't no big deal. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that. So that's that for today. That is what I do with my grader, and I do that maybe, in the fall for sure, but sometimes I do it in the spring also. It just depends. It's a chore that I actually kind of enjoy doing. It's kind of fun getting out there and trying to see how smooth you can get it. If you like that, like it, share, subscribe. Drop me a comment if you think I'm doing something wrong. I don't really know if I'm doing it right, but it seems to work for me. So, all right, join us again sometime.